This fall, Dallas Faces Race provided racial justice workshops for arts and culture leaders, educators, and nonprofit organizations. The training was facilitated by Race Forward, formerly the Applied Research Center, an established racial equity think tank. Committed leaders came together to explore a vision of racial justice in our institutions, social policies, and cultural life.
Equitable opportunities or equal opportunities.
Education leaders put their heads together to learn how to identify systemic racism and how to develop viable strategies to advance racial equity in our public schools.
I want you to first figure out what's the problem, who's responsible, what are the actions required, and what are the solutions. I want you to do that first. But once you have that, then the creative part of this process is figuring out what are the images we want to evoke, what are the emotions we want to generate and reinforce, and then what are the actions we want to move people toward.
I am deeply interested in these concepts and methods for examining difficult questions such as race. And I believe what I want to take away from this is how we can incorporate some of these strategies, some of the learning, some of the approaches into the conferences that I'm responsible for developing, and also using some of these ideas in my workplace. I work with a small group of staff members, all of whom can benefit from what we're learning here, and I'm excited to take these ideas back.
I've been a teacher in the public schools and an educator for 34 years. I've encountered things that I've learned are part of institutional racism, are part of the interpersonal racism, and understanding where that comes from. That's why I said taking the emotion out of it is hard for me, because I am a very emotional person, and I have to understand that I have to remove that from it for a little bit to understand where everybody's points of views are coming from and how we can move forward.
But I do know that there are social pressures that prevent them from taking full advantage of that equal opportunity.
Right.
So if we see many disparities, and this is not unique to Dallas. The good thing is that when we open this topic to discussions, and when we then aggregate data that allow us to visualize where the disparities are found, where the segregation, if you will, are found, then we're able to target those problems directly, like a hypodermic needle. We know exactly where the limitations and where the advantages are.
Educating all of our children, not just a portion of them, is really important. And if we can communicate that message effectively, I think we can go a long way.